Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from the Modern King titled Toxic Woman Slaps a Man and Instantly Regrets It. You know, whenever I see these videos of like women slapping a man or something like this, I don't really care if they get slapped back, right? If something terrible happens to them back, in my opinion, hey, you shouldn't have put your hands on the dude in the first place. But let's jump into it.
You two ladies are looking beautiful tonight, so I just thought I'd drop you some roses.
But there's 3 of us.
I can see that.
Don't worry, we'll share.
What makes you think those are for you?
Oh,
This man did the modern women's equivalent of what the Joker did in The Dark Knight, and it's going to end with the same violent and twisted results.
My boyfriend caught himself leaving me because I sold his PS5 for some Wingstop. For one, it's giving childish because why you even that attached to that game?
Why are you so attached to food? You big bag paddywhack, eat it down to the bone, sold a PS5 for $40 worth of Wingstop?
You know what? First of all, it's giving diabetic. My caloric queen.
There's big back activities, but this supersedes that. This is Oompa Loompa big poop activities. The fact that I can guess your caloric intake within 100 by only seeing a tenth of your body is diabolical.
What's sad is that if her boyfriend pawned something important of hers just for chicken wings, she'd be furious with him, but because she's not directly affected by the things she's fencing, then it's no big deal apparently.
You got all that stored energy in your chin and you don't use none of it to use your brain. Something tells me that you think that fire detector chirp is like feeding time.
The sense of entitlement that you would need to think that you can sell somebody else's stuff because your bank account resembles your number on the hot scale, 0, is something I grew out of when I was 3.
Yeah, that's right. Just because you're using more filters than Dyson doesn't mean I can't take an educated guess on what's underneath it.
The entitlement that these women feel towards their men is unreal. She believes that her property is her property and her boyfriend's property is fair game because she wants Wingstop and is incredibly broke.
Men are right. We need to start dressing more modestly in the gym.
No, just put a shirt and pants on.
Oh my god, shut up.
And she commented on your video saying, she's the woman in the clip, thank you for saying this. All for his glory, right? Yeah, because his glory wants you posting underwear pictures of yourself in the gym. Do Christian women like you just ignore this modesty verse in the Bible or something? Training all covered up, something you've tried before, meaning putting a shirt and pants on, makes you feel anxious because it's hot, sweaty, and irritable. But going to the gym dressed as legally naked as possible doesn't make you feel anxious.
It was a joke.
The dramatics of this whole thing have just gotten out of hand. Modern women don't need to be dressing like Quakers or as if they're walking onto an adult film set when they go to the gym, man.
It was a joke.
Always the same deflection of it's just a joke, it's just a... No, it's not. There's tens of thousands of angry females in your comments mad about the fact that I struck a nerve of truth. And now they need to call their father and apologize.
Game, I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you, bro. You can leave.
Bro.
Your hands off me, bro. That's what you doing? That's what you doing? That's you want? You want to hit me? All right, then I'm going to call my mom. I'm about to call my daddy, too. Bet.
If there's one thing that women don't understand, it's that the second you act violent towards somebody, regardless of gender, there is a good chance they will defend themselves.
So my wife asked me to run to the store to pick her up some makeup. And after looking at these prices, I ended up just buying a 6-pack of beer.
I asked you to get one thing, and you come back with beer.
Okay, listen, you know how we're trying to save money, right?
Yeah.
Why would I get expensive-ass makeup to make you look pretty when I can get this for half the price and it does the same thing?
You can't argue with his logic, and anyway, it's clearly his money so he can spend it how he likes. If she needs it that badly, she can give him some of her money to pick it up. It's not that complicated.
Yesterday, scientists in the United States revealed that beer contains small traces of female hormones. To prove their theory, they fed 100 men 12 pints of beer and observed that 100% of them started talking nonsense and couldn't drive.
Modern women have ruined a lot of things, including movies, video games, music, but now they've decided that trampolines weren't sacred either, apparently. Modern women are nothing but killjoys, it seems.
We don't need no man. She's minding hers.
Oh my God, Tor!
Oh, he lifted it.
No, let go of me. I can do it myself.
What's sad is how modern women are becoming top-tier contenders for the Darwin Awards, and the funny thing is that once they find out about social Darwinism, they'll demand the name be changed because it sounds sexist, guys.
Oh my God, we're gonna need a man.
Oh, shoot.
Sorry, never not.
Imagine being the doctor who had to treat a 76-year-old woman after she got hit in the face by the tree that she cut down with a chainsaw. This might end up creating a new field of medical science.
We're doing construction.
There were times when these videos could only be seen by those comedy home video shows on television. Now they happen every day. It was funny then, but it's kind of pathetic now.
Next time a man asks you what do you bring to the table, tell him the whole table.
Definitely do not do that. Okay? Do not bring an extra table. I have several tables. There's one. There's what table right there. There's a table right here. There's a table. There's a counter there that you can sit at. That's kind of a table. You might notice that there's stuff on them.
All you have to do when a woman brings up an absurdly stupid response like, I bring the table, is just ask her to elaborate, and in 5 seconds flat, she'll have an emotional breakdown.
That's what tables are for. They're for putting stuff on. Do not come into my house with a table and just go, can you fill this up? A table is for putting stuff on. And if you bring an extra table, that means some of my stuff goes away. This is really bad math. Here, this circle represents my stuff, and this is my table. My stuff is on my table.
When modern women hear the table question, their immediate response is to just assume that the table is for her emotional baggage and the man must just make room for it. They don't think about the question before answering it.
If you bring another table, then some of my stuff goes away. Why do I want that? Why do I want my stuff to go away? What do I get? Are you gonna put anything here? Anything? Are you gonna like pick up my groceries? I don't know. Are you gonna do anything to make me feel better about putting my stuff on your table?
The answer is obviously no. The man is expected to be thankful that she's bringing in the table, even though he never asked her to bring one in the first place.
Let me be clear. I don't want to lose my stuff. I worked for it. I worked for my stuff. I don't want it to just go away. If some of my stuff is leaving, then some other stuff should come in the other direction. What would that be? What would it be? Because if it's nothing, I could just throw my stuff out the window and then I wouldn't have to talk to you. Please do not be a table. Please do not bring a table. Please take a break from deserving. Please, what do you do? What do you do?
It seems to be impossible for modern women to take a break from deserving. Every single thing they do is deserving of something, apparently. Meanwhile, men are just supposed to want nothing and need nothing in return.
Get me out of there!
A husband boarded his flight and left without his wife when she insisted on getting Starbucks at the airport after he said they didn't have time. In a Reddit post, the man explained the situation minutes before the next leg of their journey. But the wife insisted she wanted coffee, and the husband offered to get it from the market right next to their gate. She insisted, however, on going to Starbucks, which was nowhere near their gate. He told her they did not have enough time, but she went anyway without him. As the plane was boarding, this husband called his wife 4 times to ask where she was.
It sounds highly doubtful for a company like Starbucks to make a drink that is so good that it's worthy of risking a flight just to get. So it sounds like this woman brought this all on herself.
She finally answered on the 4th call and said that she was on her way back to the terminal and that the line at Starbucks was exceptionally long. The husband went ahead and boarded the plane after the gate agent said they couldn't hold up the flight. He full-on left his wife behind. A wife is a spouse and an equal, not a doormat or a servant, and Redditors were very concerned about this woman, encouraging her to make an exit plan. And she did post an update saying she has a plan in place to leave. She deserves so much more, and she shouldn't have to live with his disrespect.
If a spouse is an equal, then that woman should have accepted that she could have gotten Starbucks after they landed instead of before. She doesn't see herself as an equal, she sees herself as superior to not only her husband, but also major airlines as well, apparently.
Hello? Hey, woman! That's the whole... Alright, straight. Easy. Yeah! Back up! You're hanging off the edge, you gotta back up.
I can't take my foot off the gas when I do.
Give it gas.
At the same time that I'm on the brake?
Yeah, and then as you're giving it gas, let off the brake.
I'm so scared.
The very second that a modern woman loses control of her motor vehicle, it's a proven fact that all of her incompetence becomes weaponized so that she can garner maximum sympathy from the situation.
Why'd you keep going?
I didn't need to. I can't see anything. I don't know what to do. I'm so scared right now.
I don't have a jacket. You gotta back up.
Isn't it gonna go forward before it goes back?
Not if you're giving it gas while it's in reverse. Then let off the brake.
What happens if when I let off the brake and I'm giving it gas backwards, I go back too fast? Will anything happen to
You're
the
gonna
car?
go off the ramp.
And that's fine.
This guy clearly knows what he's talking about, and yet this woman is still using her fear as a means to try and show she knows more than him by thinking of outlandish scenarios.
Fucking no! I don't understand why people use ramps.
That didn't work.
We've seen so many mundane, everyday objects defeat modern women, and it appears that we can add basic car ramps onto that list as well. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves, guys. Peace.